All right, welcome. Haven't done one of these in a while. Gonna open the box here. Just received this yesterday in a dark wood from Thin Red Line Games. The last one in their, I don't know what we'd call it, operational level series here. There were three others. I'll look at all this on BGG once I've opened this, but thought I'd do this. I got a number of new games recently, and this is one that I've checked the BGG site, and it looks like nobody's done one on this, so I thought I'd go ahead and do this. So here we go. Yeah, it's the Hoff Gap. Remember that series from SPI? I think it was called Central Front. So we flip it over. Nothing really on the back of these, but let's go ahead and remove the shrink wrap here, and we'll see what is inside the box. Okay. Get the shrink wrap and toss that over there. Flip it over. Open it up, and hopefully, yeah, looks bright enough to see it. So just starting from the top, looks like we got our Ziploc bags, if we're going to use that. 2D10. Okay. And we do have the cards that they use for this. Currently shrink wrapped, but we can look at those maybe in a second. And let's see, then we got, oh, this is Battlefield Operations. Operational procedures. This isn't the full rules here. This is probably the unique rules to In a Dark Wood. We'll look at that in a second. Scenario and designer notes. Okay, that's a pretty, and European sized paper. And then finally we do have the rules here. I'll come back to these. Let's see, how many pages is it? 23. Of course, as you can see, it's big pages and kind of close in. So still some rules to work through here. So that's interesting, and maybe this is examples of play here. This one, this is new. Take a look. Yeah, this looks like an examples of play. They called it Battlefield Operations. Come back to that. Then we got the player aid charts. Looks like here. Let's see if I can get them. Oh, that's charts and tables. So this is ground combat chart. Okay, this looks like basically when you're doing ground combat, this has all the modifiers and you can track them. Yep, with the tracks here, etc. And I don't think that's unique to either side. Nothing on the back. We've got some order of battles. Guessing this is U.S. Yep, U.S. order of battles here. Soviet order of battles. Yeah, nothing on the back of these. Divisions, core. Let's see, this is Army group, and then we've got individual armies down to the divisions and regiments and maybe some battalions. The Allies are corps, down to divisions, all the way down to battalions, it looks like. Okay, so that seems to be the offset unit scale. WP time track, command points, engineer points, EW points, air points. Okay, so this is tracking. And NATO. All right, there we go. So I guess the only thing, you want to track the points. But, and the OOB, but this is a unique one here. This is kind of like a ground combat player aid. Just went through a try and learn session on GOS. They from Decision Games kind of do the same thing. They do a separate player aid with all the potential modifiers here. Charts and tables, 2 sets. Okay, 1 for each player. And then we start going through this movement table, postures table. Okay, This is all stuff that's been in the series. Forced march, a lot of things to check here. Can never separate the pages. Ground combat. Okay, I don't know how this relates to the other chart we saw. Combat support, air points table, etc. Oh, good. Here we go. Nice player references. Combat units. This looks like the posture. Yeah, and it explains all of the, well, I'll have to look. Yeah, postures, flowchart, support units, and I guess this is still postures. Then, of course, we've got the diagrams for each. We've got the acronyms explained here. Let's see, Warsaw Pact silhouettes, NATO silhouettes. I don't know if you have to use the silhouettes or you can use regular NATO as an alternative NATO markings. Yeah, and these are all acronyms here. So that's, not too many. Here's a sequence of play at the back. That's good. Kind of handy. And we'll come to the second charts and tables we've already looked at. Oh, and here we get to the counters. Then we got the map down there. Pretty sturdy here. As I look at these look like the postures here. Yep, more postures. Let's put that there. Counter sheet 6. Yeah, that's 7. So there's 7 counter sheets. These are again markers. Yeah. Another counter sheet of, these are dog tags, must be damage. Yep, both sided. These are bridges, defense works, etc. Then we actually start to get to the units. EW, Intel, and then we actually see the units here. These are Soviets, guessing by the color. So it's a combo of NATO symbol and silhouette. So the NATO symbol gets the broad category, and then the silhouette tells you the specific hardware. So that's the start of the Soviets. They do have reduced strength sides. And Soviets again, counter sheet 3. And now we get to NATO. Battalion assault, got some air support. Looks like the Germans and the US, I'm guessing here. And then we got one more sheet. And yeah, this looks like very much more NATO, US, etc. There you go, you can take a look at it here. So let's, and then we got the map here. Let's take a look at that here. See if I can clear some space for it without breaking my entire setup here. A very dark wood, no pun intended. This is one map. It's just an interesting fold. All right, let's see. Yeah, nothing on the back. It's just woods. Lots and lots of woods. You may not be able to see the whole thing here, but yeah, I guess you could call it dark woods. Start it here, get a better idea. Wow. Yeah, oh, I got it upside down. Schweinfurt. Yeah, there's our northern. I'm going to flip this around here to get the right alignment. Only one map. And yes, it's definitely a lot of woods here. I'm just trying to pick out. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick out the names. It is rather dark. Let's see. Schweinfurt is the biggest one I've picked out here. Würzburg. Don't know what that is. Southern Germany, I'm guessing. Dark word, yeah, I don't see the Hof Gap, they call it. Maybe that's up here. Yeah, Schweinfurt and Würzburg. Those are the big two. We do see woods. We have large villages and cities. We've got, looks like primary and secondary roads. Got woods, and then it even goes down to rougher woods. And then I guess that's it. Yeah, the brown is towns and villages and cities. So the terrain, and then you got, of course, a river, the Donau, coming up through here and around. So yeah, I'm guessing this is the southernmost. And way down here in the corner, you probably can't see it, but there's Czechoslovakia. So I guess, based on that, okay, let me pull that over. That's probably where the Warsaw Pact comes in, is just tracing the borderline here, there. Well, and it does go up here to East Germany, so this is where they're going to come from. Here's East Germany and Czechoslovakia, okay? So yeah, this is down south here. Not too far, I mean well, it is pretty down south, so yeah, it's a nice map. A lot of serious terrain here, a lot of woods. The only open spaces are here, right up here. And, oh, we got another border running here. So, oh, there's potentially, I don't know where the victory conditions are, but that would be the path of least resistance, although you got two big cities. So that would slow you down. So that's the map. Looks pretty nice. Hopefully got a good view of it, and I have no idea how to fold it. This is always guesswork. I think I did it like that. Okay, we'll just, oops, don't hurt the map. I think that one falls under. Yep. Well, close enough for government work. Ah, this one goes this way. That's weird. That one goes that way. I don't feel that's right, but it's close enough. All right. So I got a good picture of the map there. One mapper. Yeah, it's too big. I'll figure that out later. Bring this back here. So I think we're going to look at the books here. Let's look at the books. So let's get those out. Yeah, rules of play, we'll start with that. And maybe we'll look at the scenario design here in a second. Let's take a look at the rules of play here. And so let me see if I can change the lighting a little here. Hopefully this won't reflect. There we go. Yeah, it does give kind of a shadow now. Don't have any tricks up my sleeve for this one. Maybe I should have turned the other one on the other side on. Okay, that didn't work, so let's pause for a second here. Okay, got a little more lighting here. Oh, got a little of that in the way. There we go, got rid of the shadows. Zoomed in as much as I can. Yeah, 23 pages. I mean, it's manageable, but it is smaller print and bigger pages than, let's just say US is used to. Game rules, sequence of play, posture, stacking movement, river crossing, Warsaw Pact, advance, access, and attrition, headquarters, command points, orders, order chits, ground combat, combat support, artillery, helicopters, air points, bombardment, interdiction, detection, electronic warfare, intelligence optional, okay, chem warfare, nuke warfare, integrated battlefield optional, weather, supply, defensive works, bridges, reinforcements, the event cards, the action cards, independent formation, sappers, airborne. So this is solid rules here. A few optionals which may reduce it down a little. Just kind of glancing through a definition of terms. Not too many graphics. Stacking, kind of like the table of contents, pretty dense. Pretty dense. Yeah, about the only graphics, well, here's one, and there's always counters thrown in. Headquarters, command points, you know, kind of the sequence of play I already said. Order chits. And determine when the order will be completed. Each order chit has the following information. I'm not seeing if reveals and executes, so there's kind of a problem perhaps with solo play. Unless you just take each turn once a day and forget what you did. We'll write an AI for one of the sides. Ground combat, artillery, combat support, air points, and we're seeing it referencing other maps here. And the other games in this series, Less Than 60 Miles, Dogs of War, Die Festung Era, Hamburg. Those are the other three. I don't know if I've got combined rules for all of them. Electronic warfare, interdiction, detection. There's the optional intelligence. Even though the dirty work has been done, it doesn't come signal, recon, intelligence effects. Oh, it's detection levels, so that's not going to necessarily prevent solo play. It's just increasing detection level. Now we get into the weapons of mass destruction. Whether integrated battle after the first is coming. Okay, that's not a very short optional rule. Supply, defensive works, panel bridges, action cards, strategic or operational options. Okay. Then we do have airborne troops. Okay. That's it. So 23 pages, but rather dense. So, and I'm interested to see what solo play would be. Here we're moving on to the scenario and designer's notes. Here, just looking at civilian panic. Okay, this is where we're getting surprise level, Iron Curtain, Warsaw Pact bridges, 5 Corps, West German 2nd Corps, the French. Interesting, I don't. There's a Canadian Brigade, West German 12th Panzer. So, here we go. Scenario 1, just a second away. Scenario 2, shortcut to Schweinfurt. 3, where the forest whispers. 4. So 4 scenarios and 2 campaigns. 1 minute to midnight. That sounds scary. I wonder if that's weapons of mass destruction here. So yeah, here are the specific this games and scenarios rules. French divisions. French airborne. French 11th. Okay, interesting there. Geopolitical objectives. Armageddon. Chemical or nuclear. On a roll of 1 to 3, flip the table. Oh gosh. Definitely, probably not going to throw nukes out there. Immediately after the first release of chemical or nuclear weapons, the releasing side must roll a die. 50-50 chance. Unless it's a 1d10. Well, then it's a 30% chance that you lose. Die roll is made only once, at the very first release. Subsequent releases are not. Okay, well, there it is, kind of tempting. You can release them, but you got a 30%. I'm assuming a 1d10, you got a 30% chance of escalating and game over. But if you get past that, hey, you can just do it for good here. Let's see. First one, just a second away. This, oh yeah, that's very small area here of the map. Don't know how you'd mark that. And it looks like this is a good starting scenario. Looks like they only have I don't know, 10, 13, 19, maybe 20 to 30 units. Warsaw Pact assets, NATO setup. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Wow. NATO reinforcements, that's important. 2 to the 64. Does that look like second and third divisions? Well, I'm guessing I didn't look at the markings. It's gonna be second cav. Scenario rules. Victory conditions, just victory points for controlling hexes, and the number. Does this thing say start date July 4th? Length D0H6 to D0H21, 6 turns. Okay, I have to figure out that. Here's your area of play. So yeah, 6 turns. This is probably the learning scenario here to get the hang of it. And shortcut to Schweinfurt. Okay, here we got them coming up like I pointed out with the map. Looks like a few more units here. Surface-to-surface missile brigade. Okay. Air mobile, maybe using more rules here. The West Germans, that's a lot of units. West German, West German, West German, West German. This is pretty much all West German. Okay. Well, we got some NATO stuff here. This one is 11 turns. And the area of play is there. Victory conditions, victory points again. For calculated, yeah. Where the forest whispers. This one's getting bigger. 18 turns, bigger area here. Probably more units. And I think we got US. Looks like mainly US. Yeah, we're up here. Guess the Germans have here in the Schweinfurt area. And this is the last scenario. 16 turns, but yeah, that's a much bigger area here. And there's a lot more units. Getting the rear areas here. Wow. Okay. So it does kind of go up. And then we have campaigns. The main problem, short campaign 22, long campaign 38, so you can play it either way. Looks like the whole map's in play, and this is kind of the operational plan being shown here. A lot of units. There we go. Need that Vassal mod with the pre-set up stuff. I don't know when that's coming out. Okay. And then 1 minute to midnight. I'm curious about that. Surrender, media and public. Task force. From that moment on, the shooting gets out of control. Launch a major offensive. Unrestricted chemical and nuclear warfare. NATO fully mobilized. Wow, this is just like everything is going up. Yeah, no surprise. I guess it started with a naval incident here. Missile armed with a 200 kiloton nuclear warhead sinks the HMS Manchester. Oh, wow. I guess they already made the roll and it didn't escalate. So this is one where you can just cut loose, everybody's mobilized, and chem and nuke are released. Wow. I wonder what the victory conditions are for that one. That doesn't say. Chemical and nukes. NATO can initiate. Okay, this is probably, I'd look it up, but I don't think you make the roll. It'd be kind of a short game if you rolled a 1 to 3. So yeah, it tells when Warsaw Pact can use chem and nuke right from the start. And so can NATO. Okay. Then we got our designer's notes. France. Battleground, good stuff. Talks about the order of battles here. Canadians. Developer's note, 4th game. Okay. And some more info, and then a bibliography here. A lot of Army manuals. Yep, maybe not light reading there. All right, so that's pretty cool. 4 scenarios, 2 campaigns, and 1 where all heck's breaking loose. Last thing we got here is battlefield operations. This must be a example of play. Okay, yeah, operational procedures uses play examples to describe in detail the rules and mechanisms. Pretty handy. Pretty handy here. And now we're getting some diagrams here. Basic movement, tactical movement, and here we go. Now we got graphics. So they moved that out of the rules and put it in its own separate thing. Deployed movement, enemy screening, orders, issue an order. During the friendly order removal reveal phase, bridge. Okay. Complete an order, authorized posture change, unauthorized posture, bombardment, ground combat, a lot of detail here, retreat, breakthrough, advance, operational planning. Interesting. Okay. This is more operational level, that's obviously not strategic, and they talk about that. That's pretty handy. Area defense. And yeah, this one ends still, it doesn't have a blank cover at the back. Oh, scarring. Movement to contact. Anticipated timelines, etc. All right, cool. Yeah, so this is pretty handy. Actually, this is a good idea. Examples of play in a separate book. So obviously you've got some reading, unless you've done previous games in the system. I couldn't comment on how this is different. This is more just to show you what's in the box, but looks like a pretty solid game here. We got larger counters, interesting map, we got some charts, everything looks good there. Just got to figure out how to refold the map. But there you go. That is, well, we'll just take the map out of here until I figure it out. And I got it upside down, but here is number 4 in their series. And apparently the last one now, and at some point I think they're going to let you combine it. I'm zoomed in right now. But here we go. In a Dark Wood from Thin Red Line Games. So I will go ahead and close out the recording here. It looks like I'm just under 30 minutes, and that's where I like to stop. So comments appreciated, like, subscribe if you haven't, and may get out a few more of these box openings here for some of the games I have that don't have it. So anyway, thanks for listening. See you at the next one.